Thanks for staying with us. We're going to start with the nation. CJN, how to stop conflicting rulings. NANTA seeks extension of FCC PC probe of Air Peace to other airlines. Obi visits Afe Babalola in Ekiti. Better days ahead with Tinubu's reform, says a mockery. And Ramfak insists on constitutional rights to VAT allocation. Okay, which story? Okay,
so I wanted to quickly tell you, almost all the papers.
It is an advertisement.
No, just to explain to our people that these are the job people and this is how they reconnect. So we are used to pilgrimage to Israel and to Saudi Arabia, but we don't know that our people also do these things. So those are people's ancestral lineages or homes. Okay. So the Agbadagbabao is the ancestral home, the first settlement of the Ijos, when they settled back in the 1020s.
Okay.
Yes, and then they divided because of conflicts and all of that, and spread across all the way to Sierra Leone, to every country along the coastal areas. And so kings in Ijaw communities once in a while go back to that central home on pilgrimage, and when they are done, they come out of it. And so you can see the pictures so that people will just Google and learn a bit of our ancestry.
Okay, very interesting. Very,
when I know about it.
I love reading things like that. I took time off.
I think it's really interesting.
It's very interesting, So where is the Agbadagbao?
Google even has it. When I checked it, Google carry direction, go there. So there's a place in the central Ijaw, between the middle of Bayelsa, the Delta and all those areas central, where they gather, which is supposed to be the ancestral. But I'll read more on it so that I can know better.
Thank you. Thank you for education.
Okay, let me talk about CJN. So the CJN yesterday, that's Chief Justice of Nigeria, Kudirat Kekere-Ekun, yesterday prescribed the solution to conflicting rulings by judges of courts of coordinate jurisdiction. Speaking yesterday about the Court of Appeal, where panels have delivered conflicting judgments, she advocated conferences by the justices. The issue of, according to her, the issue of conflicting decision is one of great concern in our community, and one of these reasons that we have conflicting decisions is because many panels do not hold conferences to discuss all the reserved judgments. It is strongly recommended, therefore, that conferences be held. I cannot overemphasize this point. We are an appellate court for a reason, and the reason is to have several heads are better than one. So holding conferences, exchanging opinions and ideas on matters that come before us is extremely essential for better rulings and judgments going forward.
Okay, so I have NANTA. So the National Association of Nigerian Travel Agencies yesterday called for an extension of the probe that the FCCPC is doing. That's the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission is doing probing of Air Peace airline and some infractions in their ticketing. And they've asked that, they've commended the FCCPC. They've also asked that it should be extended to all local airlines. They said that the exploitative ticketing, pricing, and violation of consumer rights in Nigeria is something that should worry anybody, and that ticketing, especially that of domestic travels, has fallen short of required standards nationally. So they're just commending them and asking them to extend. They're also offering to bring in some form of expertise or evidence that is required as an agency body. They have more to say. Read the nation for details.
So the presidential candidate of the Labour Party in 2023, Mr. Peter Obi, visited the founder of the Afe Babalola University, Afe Babalola.
Yes, yeah.
And they think it's in connection with the Farotimi case, though he declined to talk to reporters when he came out. They were in there for 2 hours, a 2-hour meeting. He first visited Farotimi, and then he went to see the Are. He didn't say much, like I said. He just
wait for. I think they postponed the judgment to sometime in January.
It's been granted.
It's been granted bail, but there's a case.
January, 50 million bail.
They brought him. They said the police brought him in handcuffs to the court.
Okay.
Imagine that.
Okay, let me quickly take the Ramfak story. The Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission, Ramfak, has joined the people talking about the new adjustments that is being proposed to tax bill. So they said that constitutionally they are the only ones that have a right concerning the VAT, that they are the only ones that can produce a formula for how the VAT is being shared. The new bill proposes 10% to the federal government and 90% shared between states and local governments based on the capacity of generation. And they have thrown their hat into the ring to say that there is a risk of public perception. They are claiming that it would undermine national unity if there is a discrepancy between how the money is being shared, where some states that generate more earn more money. They also made a list of other things, but here's my personal opinion. I feel that this conversation, RMAFC, RAMFAC, joining the conversation at this point in time, especially when the president, when setting up the tax committee, said every agency involved, every law that needs to be done will be done to ensure whatever recommendation made by this presidential tax committee gets permitted. So everybody understanding the goal should align with the objective of the government.
It's even a reform.
So why would you not be saying that it's against your constitutional right?
It's even good that they are reminded us. We amend the constitution to cover. RAMFAC is not Nigeria.
Exactly.
In the interest of Nigeria,
they should not. Thank you for the reminder.
Calm down. Let us really move to points. Those of us that have aligned with this tax reform, don't come and
put. They just want scatter
it. We are still trying to get the North to align. The Punch. No vacancy comments. ACF, Atiku, others lampooned presidency over the 2027 poll. Sanwo-Olu opens Ifako Road and Bridge. Yuletide, Southeast, South airfares jumped to 289,000. Ajayi files suit to stop Ayedatiwa as Ondo governor. Nigeria's debt profile burden for current and next generation, says Obasanjo. Tax reform National Assembly caucus meetings delay talks with AGF. And over 3,200 Nigerians gained American citizenship via military services, U.S. Okay, let's take one story for the break.
Let me quickly take the National Assembly caucus meeting. It's very short. So, you know, the president had deferred that the AGF and particularly the AGF and the president of the Tax Reforms Committee meet with the caucuses of the National Assembly and do every clarity that they need. And so, unfortunately, this has not happened because of the various caucuses. According to this Punch report, let me just take the Southeast caucus. They said they are calling for broader consultation. Senator Abaribe, speaking on their behalf, clarified that the caucus, the Southeast, is not opposed to this, but they need extensive time for extensive engagement. And because of that, they've not been able to meet with the AGF.
Okay, let's go on a short break. When we come back, we continue with our review. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.